FOIL today. Very simple concept of FOIL. All right. So if we have x minus 5 times x plus 5, we FOIL that to be x times x is x squared minus or plus 5x minus 5x plus 25, right? And then the middle two terms do what? Minus 25, yep. And the middle two terms do what? Cancel. So it's just x squared minus 25, right? So if we had sine of x plus tangent of x times sine of x minus tangent of x, we could just FOIL this. So this FOILs to be sine times sine is sine squared of x. What would our outers and inners do since they're conjugates of each other? Cancel. Minus tangent squared of x. And we'll just leave it like that. We're not going to get too complicated with this. Okay? If we have 2x minus 3 quantity squared, 2x minus 3 quantity squared is not 4x squared minus 9, as many people put it. No. It would be plus 9, and it would be 4x squared, but you got a middle term in there. So when you have a quantity squared, write it twice and FOIL. 2x times 2x is 4x squared. Outers is minus 6x. Inners is minus 6x. Last times last is plus 9. So it's 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Okay? So this is just a review of Algebra 2. So if we had 4 cosine of x minus 3 quantity squared, you just write it twice and FOIL. Four cosine of x times 4 cosine of x is 16 cosine squared of x. Outers is minus 12 cosine of x. Inners is minus 12 cosine of x plus 9, which is 16 cosine squared of x minus 24 cosine of x plus 9. All right, this one, quantity squared. So you write it twice in FOIL. Two times 2 is 4 cosine to the 4th x. Outers is minus 2 cosine squared of x secant squared of x minus 2 cosine squared of x secant squared of x plus secant to the 4th x. Now, what's cosine squared times secant squared? Cosine squared times secant squared, what would that be? Well, what's cosine times secant? Cosine and secant are what of each other? They're reciprocals of each other, right? So cosine times secant is 1. What would cosine squared times secant squared be? 1 squared, which is 1. So 2 times cosecant squared secant squared would just be 2. So it's 4 cosine to the 4th x minus 4 plus secant to the 4th x. Wacky, okay? So if you have cosines times secants, that's 1. If you have cotangents times tangents, that's 1. If you have cosecants times sines, that's 1. Besides that, then you just list however they're listed. Okay? Can you handle that? Page 172, 11 through 22 all. You should have no problem getting this done in class today. You have a half hour.